In this video, we are hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking for anything before 1960, including war nickels, buffaloes, and anything made before that, which we do have a couple of vendors that are older. This one is a 1948, and then there's a couple reverses like this one that look pretty promising as well. We'll also be looking for any proofs, heirs or varieties, foreigns, or other oddities we can find. Let's start the hunt. Roll number 2 had our first two finds, both from the 40s. First is a 1946, minted in Philly, and second is a 1947 from Denver. Roll number 3 had our first find from the 50s, and it is a 1958, minted in Denver. Next roll is the 1948 ender, so we'll see if there's anything else with it. Roll number 4 just had that ender, and it is a 1948, and it is a Philadelphia. Roll number 6, and we found a low mintage 2009 out of Denver. Roll number 8, second 50s Jefferson, and just like the other one, it's a 1958 out of Denver. Roll number 11, we found a 1957 in pretty nice shape out of Denver. Roll number 17, and we found I have another find. It is a 1954 minted in Denver. Roll number 20, we have our oldest find of the box, and it's our first 30s Jefferson. It is a 1939, but I already checked. It's out of Philly, and it's not the DDR. Pretty common, but still, 30s Jefferson is always great to find. Roll number 22 was the reverse ender that I thought was old, and it was. This is it right here. It is a Philadelphia. It ended up being a 1941, and it also came with a 1952 out of Denver. Roll number 24, another 40s Jefferson, and it is another 1941 minted in Philly. Roll 25, halfway point of the box, and in that roll there was a 1954 out of Philly. Roll number 27, and we found a 1946 minted in Philly. Roll number 29, we have another find. It is an absolutely destroyed coin, but it is a 1953, and it is minted in Denver. Roll number 31, and we have a 1957 minted in Denver. Roll number 33, and we have another 1957 Denver. Roll number 35, another 50s find. It is a 1953 out of Denver. Roll number 38, and we have a 1954 minted in Denver. Roll number 40, and we got our first foreign of the hunt, and it is a Canadian nickel from 1994. Roll number 44 had a few pretty good finds. First is a very, very slick 1953 minted in Philly. Second, we actually got absolutely beautiful. You can't really see the rainbow toning on the camera, but it does have some like blue and gold rainbow tone. It's a 1971D. Yeah, the camera doesn't show any of the toning, but it does have some blue and gold. Beautiful condition, beautiful toning. So that is definitely a very nice nickel. And a 1983 San Francisco proof. It's almost as good as a Buffalo or War nickel, so that's a pretty good find. Roll number 47, and we have a 1954 minted in Denver. Roll number 49 had a 30s, 40s, and 50s. 30s was a 1939 Philly, non-DDR, of course. 40s was a 1948 from Philly, and 50s was a 1958 from Denver. Nickel box has been hunted. Let's go over the finds. We got 14 estimates, 3 more miscellaneous finds, 2009, 1994 Canadian, and this very nice and even toned 1971D. Older Jeffersons, we got 2 of the 30s, 1939 Phillies, and some good 40s, 50s ones. This 57D is pretty nice, but it just has a weak strike. And then we didn't get any war nickels or buffaloes, but we still had a good find, a 1983 S proof nickel, in not terrible shape. It is circulated though. And even though we didn't get any war nickels or buffaloes, we still had enough to find to make it a good hunt.